My guest tonight won an Emmy Award for his work on Will and Grace, and now he has two great... Don't turn around and look at it. You know this to be true.
I know, but I just want to make sure it's accurate while we're doing it.
Now he has two great podcasts.
Oh.
Yeah, the very popular Smartless and his new podcast, Hypochondriactor. Please welcome our good friend, Sean Hayes. Sean, you were saying three. What does this mean? You have three podcasts now?
No, I was going to say, if we're doing a numbers thing, it's 3 Emmys and 2 podcasts.
What did I say? Did I just say 1 Emmy?
You said 1 for that show, so that was correct. But I just thought we could play with numbers for a while. By the way, the energy is incredible here.
You can surf this energy.
It's
you can surf this energy.
unbelievable.
There is as many as 4 people in the audience.
Wow. Every night?
Yeah, and that was before COVID.
Wow.
Whoa! I saw everything.
Did you see my penis and
You have
balls?
assless chaps on.
Well, they said it was going to be a ride.
No, how many Emmys do you have?
3.
3, then why did we say 1 Emmy?
Because you said for that show, but
that's
okay.
stupid. I should
Let's
say
just
you have.
start.
What do you have the other Emmys for?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? You're that big that you
That's how famous I am.
Good God!
All I can say is this is winning the crowd over, Sean.
Yeah. I just saw 7 cardboard people walk out.
And 6 come back in and replace them because there's a waiting line.
This is the truth about Sean Hayes. You came in, we were sitting here. It took my crew, not their fault, but they're a little hungover. It took them about 15 minutes to get set up.
Yeah.
And you were hilarious the whole time, and I'm thinking, we should be shooting this. This is the show. But of course, they were loaded on whatever they were doing last night.
No, I was just saying, that's why I was like, are we shooting now? Are we shooting now? Because I didn't know if you did like a thing where you let's turn the cameras on, but not tell the talent, so we get some really good stuff.
This is the good stuff right here?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is stretch it out for commercial.
Right.
This is, let's go.
Right, and then this is the really good stuff.
And this is a good joke from Conan.
Whoa, look at that. Anyway.
Oh, he licked his lips when that was weird.
Well, I'm allowed to do whatever I want here on Conan. Thank you for being here. I know you're being paid. I looked into it. You're getting like $700 to be here.
That's incredible.
Yes.
Do you want to split it?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Actually, I don't get that money. That goes just to the talent.
What do you get paid for, like today, just for today, if you had to split it all up?
Let's see. I get paid, if I had to break it down day to day.
Yeah.
I'm probably making like $400 today.
Wow.
If you had to just say what I was making today.
So why don't you just be a guest every day somewhere?
I'm such an idiot.
Yeah.
That would be, if I was the guest, I'd make $700.
That's right.
I should do that.
Why don't you interview yourself every episode?
Then it's $700 plus 400. That's thousands of dollars. You are such a busy guy.
Let's talk. How busy am I?
Well, you're so busy that you're constantly working, of course, in television, but you've got these hilarious podcasts. I went on...
Yes, you were so kind to come on Smartless.
I came on Smartless because it's you, it's Mr. Will Arnett, and...
Jason Bateman.
Yeah. Just do that. He said very little the whole time, I have to say. That guy's coasting on that podcast. But you guys were hilarious.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, you were very, very nice to come on. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. The conceit is that one of us acts as a host and brings on a guest that the other 2 don't know about. So it's all through Zoom. So the guest covers up their camera, or they put like a little Post-it on it, and then we introduce them, and they reveal themselves to the other 2 hosts.
It's a very good thing. And then I wasn't
quite
talking
done
to some people recently. Oh, I was done with you.
No, that's okay. Yeah.
I just decide I've been doing this so long, I decide when the anecdote's over, and I just go.
Okay.
Okay?
I'd love to come back.
Anyway, I was going to say a nice thing, which is that I guess you had Stephen Colbert on, and he told some crazy story about me, which is insane and not in the realm of possibility.
Well,
anyway,
I'm just saying he feels differently.
He feels differently, and I think the story has me on a ski lift.
Yeah.
What am I doing on the ski lift? I'm
Well,
like,
I love that he's
I don't
acting
know.
like he doesn't know.
oh, I thought you told me about it. No, I had heard about
You
it.
pulled your pants down in front of a group of children and you shat on them.
Yes. Stephen Colbert tells this story because what's true is that he and I were skiing once together and we were on a ski lift and then and suspended in the air, and he tells this insane story about me taking my pants off on the ski lift and then defecating on children who were sitting below. Okay? Fantastic. So I run into these people. This is a couple of weeks ago. I run into these people and they said,
The
oh my
children?
God. No.
You ran into the children
It was the
again?
children and they're covered. No, I ran into these very nice people who were chatting. They recognized me and they start chatting with me. They went, oh my God, we were listening to the funniest podcast and Stephen Colbert told me this story about, and they told the thing that Stephen had said, and I'm laughing really hard and going, yeah. And then they stopped and they went, is it true? And I was like, yes. I just decided to say yes, it's true, because you can't deny that.
No, of course.
What are you talking about? I took
Yeah,
my pants off
that-
and pooped on people on a ski
Yes.
lift.
No, well, you're doing a very well job of acting like you didn't do it. Now listen.
I just think the control it would take, the aim.
Yeah.
That's the part that's
Well, he
unbelievable.
even described the pants you were wearing with the secret panel in the back that comes down for ease.
That's
Right?
true.
That is true.
Anyway, I love these people relating this story to me
you-
about
wait.
me on a public ski lift,
But-
pooping on people below and laughing,
Yeah.
and then they're like, is it true?
Wait, but did you listen to it? Did you listen to that episode? You have to listen to it.
I didn't listen to the episode.
right.
If I listened to every episode of every podcast where I'm name checked and talked about with great reverence,
So
there wouldn't-
famous. Is this I'm a So Famous story?
I'm sorry, it's not possible. There's not enough time in the day.
Because you're so popular.
Exactly. Thank you.
But my other podcast,
Yes, we're going to get to that podcast. Why did you go dead in the eyes?
I'm waiting to talk about the other podcast.
I know.
too.
I'm going to get. This is all going to be on the
I
show.
got shit to do.
The hypochondriactor.
Well, the segues are incredible.
Well, I'm sorry. You left me no choice. When you go dead in the eyes and say, other podcast, I have no choice but to move on to the other podcast, which is you talking about your crazy history of medical maladies. And it sounds like a fantastic show. It really does.
Thank you. Very sweet. Yeah. No, it's called hypochondriactor. I'm kind of like a self-diagnosed hypochondriactor, not clinical, but you know, I've been obsessed with medical stories my whole life. When I hear about them or read about them, I think it's going to happen to me. If it hasn't happened to me, it's going to happen to me. Kind of, even when COVID happened, I'm walking down the street, I'm like, oh my God, did that guy just get, you know, I mean, we all kind of feel like, I feel that way all the time. And so,
And this happened, I mean, you were having stuff happen to you as a kid.
Yeah.
You come by this honestly
Yeah.
because you've had some
Right.
real medical issues
Right.
that got you really interested. Like, for example, when you were a kid, this sounds crazy to me. You know where I'm going.
I don't remember.
You would pass out.
Yes.
You would just pass out as
Yes,
a child.
yes.
And so much so that you don't even remember it, and I have to remind you now.
Yes, I know. Thank you. If you could follow me home too, that
Yeah.
would be great. No, I have a condition called vasovagal. Do you know what that is?
I don't.
Okay, so vasovagal is when you faint easily, like from anything, right? So when I was a kid, I broke my arm in first grade, and I was holding my arm the whole day, and I didn't know. And finally, the teacher's like, "You all right?" I'm like, "I don't think so." So it's broke. My mom meets me at the hospital. They wrap it, you know, in a cast, which is like paper mache, and I passed out because I don't know why. Because I don't know. It was just all overwhelming. So my mom had smelling salts in her purse, and she's like, "Here, smell these." And I was like,
Who
First
has
of all,
smelling
salts
salts
in their purse.
That's insane.
I don't know. I have no idea why she had that in her purse. It keeps me wondering late at night. But so that happened, and then I passed out, like getting contact lenses twice. I think the poking in the eye, the repetitive poking, and I passed out twice. The same visit to the doctor, and then I passed out getting at the dentist in the chair, like just the poking, right, the poking. And then I tried Botox like 5 or 6 years ago. Some stupid joke about me trying Botox. Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, so
But
I
you
tried
did.
Botox.
But you stopped when? When did you stop? Or have you?
See, that's the funny thing. So, no, I tried it like 5 or 6 years ago, and just the poking, and I was like, first of all, I'm never doing this again. Second of all, I was like, do you have a fan or something you can turn on? I'm getting hot, and I'm going to faint. And he's like, no. I'm like, okay, are we done? He's like, yeah, we're done. So I had like 20 seconds to go before I was going to hit the floor. I'm trying to exit, and the lady behind the counter, she's like, you're going to pay? I was like, oh. And I'm like, 10, 9, 8, my credit card. She swipes it. I sign. I throw the pen at her, and I go outside. and I passed out in the hallway on the ground. Yeah.
Did anyone find you?
No, nobody found me. I made it out. I can't believe I did it, but it was nice and cold.
Yeah, but
Because that's what you're looking for when you feel faint, right? You're looking for like a cold surface.
I don't
Haven't you
know.
ever
I
been
don't
so
think I
drunk?
faint. I don't not fainted in my life. I will.
No, well, you've drank too much at least some point in your life where you're like, oh, I feel like sick, right? Anybody?
because I'm Irish.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
it? Just because I'm Irish.
Yeah.
No. Never fainted. Incredible lack of medical problems on my end. I don't know why I'm talking this way.
You're literally speaking in fragments. Something is happening now.
Stroke now. Bragging about no medical problems.
And then sleep.
Yes.
No, but then so anyway, the point
But that's
is
dangerous. You know, to me, just passing out and falling like that would be very dangerous.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, I knew it was coming, so
Yeah,
I kind of
you
just
get down.
Yeah. But the point is, I've had tons of things wrong with me. And let me just get this in really quick. I partner on Hypochondriac, the podcast, with Dr. Priyanka Wally, who is an Indian woman, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, super smart, intelligent, stand-up comedian, board-certified practicing physician.
So she does the show with you.
Yeah, she does the show with me. And
which I think would help just because you're laying out these different medical issues
Right.
and talking about these medical things. And at least you have, if it's just a comedian, it's a waste of time. It's entertaining, but you have someone there who can say, hey,
Right.
wait a minute, let me tell you the history of that or
Right.
where that comes from.
Right. I felt like you were just describing me that I'm a waste of time.
No, what I meant was
I'm kidding.
the doctor who went to medical school
Yeah.
is worth something
Right.
and the comedian's worthless.
Right.
Do you understand? Am I making myself clear? You and I don't matter, but people who've been to medical school
Right.
mean something in the
Yeah.
world.
So, so wait a minute.
But what about
Okay,
like?
so I always say, I truly like if you name a part of my body, inside or out, I have a true story about it. I feel like I've had everything wrong with me.
Okay, let's try this.
Yeah.
I'm just randomly like pancreas. Did anything ever go wrong with your pancreas?
Perfectly fine.
And scene.
No, nothing with my pancreas other than I have triglycerides and that affects the sugar levels, which is the pancreas, blah, blah, blah. So I have to kind of watch that.
Do you ever have an intestinal problem?
Yes, my small intestine. So about like 3 years ago, I had, no, 4 or 5 years ago, I had about, I was in the middle of the night, 3 a.m, and I was like, oh, my stomach hurts. And it was excruciating pain. I was like, did my appendix like explode? Like, what's happening? I'm pushing around. I was like, oh God, it's so much pain. And I felt bad. I didn't want to wake up Scotty, my husband. Mm-hmm. What? Yeah, and
How could that be? A man? You're not aware of this, but I'm like 50 years behind the times. I don't understand! Why is a man in bed with you? This doesn't make sense to me! Sorry. Welcome to the Conan Show. It's 1951. I love that I just couldn't get past that. So wait, why wouldn't you wake up Scotty and tell him?
Because I felt bad, so I drove myself to the hospital at 3 a.m, and I'm going there, and I walk in the ER. I'm like, oh my God, something's. So they checked me out on emergency surgery because my small intestine burst open. So they went in there with scissors, and they cut.
Are you sure you went to a hospital? Are you sure?
I went to an elementary school and they had like Elmer's glue.
I went to an arts and crafts class in an elementary school.
Right. So they went in there, snipped, they tied it together, and here I am. But it was crazy. OxyContin.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was like 4 or 5 years ago. And by the way, the doctor, like the nurse was like just checking me, and a surgeon who performed the surgery was behind the nurse who was facing me, so he couldn't see. And the guy's like, just be careful, you don't drink for a while. And the surgeon's like, and he's like, and watch like nuts and like anything with seeds. He goes,
Who do you believe?
I believe the surgeon because he does this thing every day.
Yeah, who do you believe in that situation?
Anyway, yeah, so there you go.
I remember.
Hypochondriac.
I want to know, did Scotty ever find out that this happened? Were you like home before breakfast?
This is the reveal.
You should say, Scotty, watch Conan tonight.
No, he was furious. He was furious.
Yeah, he should be.
What are you talking about? Why didn't you wake? This is ridiculous. I don't want that story out there that you didn't wake. I was just like sleeping. I was like, it's 3 a.m. I just got there.
Years and years ago when I was just getting started in comedy, and I got shingles in my eyeball, which
The name of your biography.
Thank you. Shingles in my eyeball, and it was so. Everyone has said that's like the most painful thing.
Wow.
And I had no one to take me to the hospital, and I lived in Central Hollywood, so I just got out and started walking in the night
Like this.
to Cedars-Sinai by myself, and I couldn't really see, so I was walking around like this to try and get to the hospital and then I got there and they're like, "Who brought you here?" And I said, "I walked here."
Wait a minute, wait. With shingles in the eyes, why is the virus wants to be so specific?
I don't know. It was in one eye, and you know what happens? It attacks the optic nerve, and so the nerves of the face are exactly symmetrical. So I was like Two-Face. Exactly one half of my face swelled up and was red and pustulating, and the other half was fine. And I looked like Two-Face from Batman. And it looks like a
shingles is
carpet.
always like that.
What's
Shingles
that?
is always just one side of the body.
Yeah, shingles is always one side of the body.
on one side of the body.
Let me tell you guys something. This is why I started the podcast, because I'm endlessly fascinated with stories like that. And so that could have been on the show.
But you know, this is the thing. I would love to, if I got invited, I'd come on the
Let's see how this goes.
This is already gone. I'd love to come on the podcast because this is why this podcast sounds good to me. I think all of us are sort of obsessed with what's wrong with us or what we think is wrong with us, and we get in our heads about it, and being able to laugh about it, and then have an actual doctor there say, "Here's what's really going on."
Yeah, it's perfect. It's exactly why I had it, and that's why I started it. And so, because I think any kind of story like that connects us, and any kind of story like that connects us.
You're not a real, you know what? You're not a real person, and I'm realizing as I talk to you, I'm not a real person. It's too.
Okay, so wait. What I love about the podcast is like stories like that. It connects us and makes us, like if you're watching at home or listening or whatever to one of the stories, it kind of makes you feel like you're less alone if you're going through the same thing, and you know that's why I also love it.
And does this come out once a week?
This is already out now. It comes out every Wednesday.
Let me get the word out on this podcast.
Yeah.
Sean's podcast, Hypochondriactor.
Get it?
Actor?
Get it?
No. Is available now wherever you get your podcasts, and I'm going to check it out. And look, if you ever want to hear me babble on and on about my infected eye,
More?
there's so much more to that story.
I would love it.
You're going to love it.
I would love that.
And by the way, I'm just going to repeat, anyone who hasn't, if it's not clear here, Sean Hayes, one of the funniest people in real life as well. You really are like that.
Likewise.
And we got together, it was you and Scotty and my wife Liza and I, and we had dinner, and afterwards you and I were walking back to our cars and we started doing routines together in the parking lot.
For like 25 minutes.
No one was around for 25 minutes, and my wife was looking at Scotty, and Scotty was looking at Liza, and they were just like, we're in hell with these people. We're in absolute hell.
I know.
Thank you so much for coming here in person.
Thank you for having me.
You really are a delight.
I love you very, very much.
What? Do you mean that?
Yes.
Wow. Sean Hayes, everybody.